In its blitz to execute a judicial coup in Israel, a vulnerable prime minister, an opportunistic coalition have opened a Pandora's box. As important as the mechanisms of the judiciary are, you don't get 500,000 people in the street because of the unreasonableness clause. I can't even say it. No, this initiative has brought to the fore deep divisions in Israeli society between those who produce, contribute, and serve versus those whose beliefs must be respected and accommodated. This reform has opened another Pandora's box, the relationship between Israel and diaspora Jews, in particular secular, reform, and conservative. Give it up for secular, reform, and conservative Jews. To understand the magnitude of this earthquake, you have to go back many years. It's 1946, and the first chief of the IDF in waiting, Yaakov Dori, is roaming up and down the U.S. eastern seaboard, acquiring surplus war material. His driver and aide-de-camp is a 19-year-old Jewish kid from the Bronx. It's 1948, and a young Jewish woman finishes typing falsified cargo manifests in a Manhattan office. She walks quickly to a diner, where she hands the paperwork to one of the Shushu boys, agents from Israel operating illicitly to send arms and supplies past the embargo. These are memories of the last time that Jews in Israel and the U.S. worked hand in hand at the grassroots level to achieve a common goal. Until now, with the awakening of American Jewry to the emergency in Israel. Thank you. There's been cooperation through the years, but it's mostly been asymmetric. Americans donate, Israelis build. The Israeli government sets policy. AIPAC applies political pressure. But our regressive, chauvinistic, supremacist, homophobic, and anti-democratic rivals have collaborated seamlessly. Shame. They've collaborated from Brooklyn to Jerusalem. We, modern, small L liberal Jews, have operated in separate spheres, but not anymore. In the last month, thanks to the people you see here, there's been a tectonic shift that started right here, and that is the joining of the Jewish community to the protest movement for Israeli democracy. In just the last month, we see American Jews showing up, like the speakers today, connecting Jewish tradition and humanist values, equality, inclusion, diversity, mutual respect, peace, and nonviolence. And they're no longer afraid to be told that it's not their place to express a view about Israel. They aren't buying it when they're told that because they don't serve in the IDF and don't pay taxes in Israel, their opinion doesn't matter. Do you know who else doesn't serve in the IDF and pay taxes in Israel? Many of the ministers, MKs, and their constituencies who are advancing this wretched legislation. Boo! Booshah! 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 And the regressive forces are afraid because they count on the liberal majority in Israel not to join forces with diaspora Jewry. They count on secular Israelis to remain apathetic about Judaism, and they count on American Jews to remain apathetic about Israel. But that won't happen because we share common history, common values, and a common interest in a Jewish and democratic state. So let's continue the protest, because the last time when our parents and grandparents joined forces, they established a Jewish state. And this time, we together will save a Jewish state.